Listening to the talk between Bill and Tommy, Claire could understand where Bill was coming from. It was hard trying to imagine going to an area that was more nightmarish than their current location, voluntarily. Out of the corner of her eyes, Claire spotted movement. Just as she was about to turn her head, she thought, "It's just another shadow," and continued walking forward. The idea of jumping at every small thing was too tiring, draining her mental strength. It wasn't until the ground began trembling that Claire realized that something was up. "We have one heading our way," Astrid yelled out to the group. Checking out what was causing the shaking, Claire soon saw a snake that had a body as thick as the diameter of the trees around them. "Where did that thing come from?" Bill yelled in alarm, taking several steps back. "You're not going to have just me, Hannah, and Claire handle this, right?" he asked Abby accusingly, as though not forgetting the encounter with the wolves. Though she didn't want to take her eyes away from the snake slithering rapidly towards them, Claire quickly eyed her sister. A part of her worried that Abby would indeed tell Bill that it was just going to be the three of them. "Not this time. That thing is too much just for a small group." Abby shook her head, pointing at the two warrior women. "Astrid, Frida, the two of you will try to get its attention. The twins will support the two of you. Just keep that thing occupied." Claire checked to see Astrid grinning and nodding her head. Getting the attention of the monster seemed to be excitement for the woman, and likely also for Frida. Both of them ran towards the snake, Astrid drawing a large sword while Frida handled her bow, an arrow already prepared to be fired. Raising it, Frida took aim and rapid-fired 3 arrows. Each of them struck the head of the snake. Candace and Brooke had their rifles in hand and were close behind the warrior women. "Bill, you're going to shoot your pistol at the tail of that thing, but only until you think the 4 of them are going to be overwhelmed. The moment it switches its attention, both Claire and Hannah are going to shoot at its head from a couple of dozen feet on either side of you. That way, you don't end up shooting each other," Abby ordered them. Hearing what she was going to do, Claire nodded her head. "Do we just attract the thing towards us?" she asked her sister. "No, leave that to Astrid and Frida. They're in charge of taking the brunt of that thing's attention. All the two of you are doing is to give them some breathing room," Abby clarified. Bill nodded at Claire and Hannah and began running towards the tail end of the massive snake. Giving Tommy and Abby one last look, Claire chased after Bill, with Hannah closely following behind her. With her rifle in hand, she tried to keep in mind where she needed to be standing. Abby had given her a rough mission, which left Claire to fill in the rest depending on the situation. Weaving between the trees, Claire saw some flashes piercing through the growing darkness of the forest. That must be the twins, she thought to herself. The brief flashes of light helped her to see where she was going as the forest darkened with the day passing. Claire tightened her grip on the rifle in her hands. This thing looks a lot stronger compared to the previous monsters we fought against, especially how nearly all of us are taking it on. With how long the snake was, it took a while for them to get into position. When Claire thought she was in good position, she stopped and let Hannah and Bill continue forward. Bill would need to stop next, being between her and Hannah. She made sure to stay away from the body of the snake, especially after seeing it move around a lot. Positioning herself, Claire could see Astrid running at the snake with her sword. Getting close to the snake, Astrid swung her blade, only for it to slide off of the armored scales. Even Astrid is struggling. Claire swallowed nervously.